Are China and Britain racing to Nepal's rescue after deadly floods and mudslides devastated remote Himalayan communities? Did flash floods wipe out villages and leave hundreds dead, while more than 900 people remain missing across the disaster zone? Could blocked rivers unleash a second or third flood wave, as experts warn the crisis may be far from over? Has she ordered an all-out rescue, sending Chinese teams and equipment into the devastated border region? With 33 Britons missing, has Burnham rushed £5 million in emergency aid as the search grows more desperate? Is there still no relief in sight, as rescuers battle dangerous weather and inaccessible mountain terrain to reach survivors? Deadly mudslides and flash floods have devastated the Nepal-China border region, sweeping away villages, roads, vehicles, and vital infrastructure across the Himalayas. Experts now believe a glacial collapse and debris flow triggered the disaster, according to the BBC, releasing a destructive wall of water and mud. Nepal police said at least 359 people died as the rescue operation continued, with crews searching devastated areas for survivors and victims. More than 900 people remain missing in Nepal, with many foreign nationals still unaccounted for after the flooding struck the mountainous border area. An earlier disaster agency count listed 517 foreign citizens among those untraceable, highlighting the heavy toll on tourists and pilgrims visiting the region. The missing also included 44 Nepal Army personnel and 28 police officers, according to the BBC, after rescue and security forces were caught in the disaster. Chinese President Xi Jinping ordered an all-out search for people still missing, directing authorities to prioritize rescues, evacuations, and treatment for the injured. Beijing flew rescue teams, search dogs, and specialist equipment into the disaster zone, activating emergency services from the military, police, border authorities, and fire service. China also ordered stronger monitoring to prevent deadly secondary disasters, as authorities warned that unstable terrain and blocked rivers could create new flood threats.
Following the disaster, President Xi Jinping attached great importance to the situation and issued important instructions, stating that the immediate priority is to do everything possible to search for and rescue those missing, evacuate and relocate people at risk, and provide urgent medical treatment to the injured, in order to minimize casualties as far as possible. Monitoring and early warning systems must be strengthened, scientific rescue methods must be prioritized, and secondary disasters must be prevented. The relevant departments of the Chinese government have activated a Level 2 National Disaster Relief Emergency Response. The Tibet Autonomous Region has activated a Level 1 emergency response for natural disasters. Emergency rescue forces from the military, the People's Armed Police, border inspection authorities, and the fire service, amongst others, were dispatched to the scene immediately, and search and rescue operations are currently proceeding in a rigorous and orderly manner. We are confident that, under the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee, the people in the disaster-stricken areas will certainly overcome this disaster and rebuild their homes. This mudslide disaster has resulted in significant casualties and missing persons in both China and Nepal. The Chinese side extended sincere condolences to the government of Nepal and the affected people. China is maintaining close communication and coordination with Nepal to jointly carry out search and rescue operations, and will provide emergency assistance in accordance with Nepal's needs. According to information released by local authorities, preliminary figures indicate that 260 foreign nationals are currently unaccounted for in the affected areas. Due to the impact of the disaster, specific details are still being verified. Chinese rescue efforts treat Chinese and foreign nationals equally, and we are maintaining communication with the embassies of relevant countries in China to keep them informed of the situation. Nearly 100 Chinese citizens are unaccounted for in the affected areas on the Nepalese side. The Chinese embassy in Nepal is currently verifying this information with the Nepalese authorities and has issued a consular advisory. We once again urge Chinese citizens in the area to evacuate to safety promptly, take precautions against secondary disasters, and contact the Chinese embassy in Nepal at any time should they require assistance. The embassy will spare no effort in providing support. Wipe transition. According to our preliminary information, those affected include both tourists and pilgrims. As I mentioned earlier, due to the impact of the disaster, further verification of specific details is still underway.
More than 350 people were rescued from flood-hit areas on August 27, according to Nepal's army, as military teams carried out evacuations across the affected region. 50 rescued people were foreign nationals, including 30 Indians, according to the BBC, as rescue teams reached stranded tourists and pilgrims. 8 Chinese, 8 South Koreans, 2 Americans, and 2 Italians were also rescued, reflecting the international scale of the disaster in the Himalayan border zone. Military barracks have now been converted into a temporary base for rescue operations, giving emergency teams a staging point for searches and relief deliveries. Rescuers are still struggling to reach some of the hardest-hit mountainous locations, where damaged roads, rough terrain, and poor weather have slowed access. UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham pledged £5 million to support Nepal's emergency response, according to the BBC, while also offering British emergency responders. Burnham said 33 British nationals were missing as consular staff deployed to the region, providing round-the-clock support to affected citizens and their families.
Yes, these are such distressing scenes coming out of Nepal, and we feel for the people there and everything that they're going through at this moment in time. Such devastation of communities and already, sadly it seems, such huge loss of life. In the past, Nepal has been there for Britain in our hour of need, and we will be there for Nepal in its hour of need right now. So the immediate offer that the Foreign Secretary has relayed to the Nepalese government is an offer of first responders, search and rescue support. Britain excels in this, and we're there and we're ready to be deployed. Obviously it's a matter for the Nepalese government, but that is available. Financial support has been put on the table as well. Of course, British nationals missing as well, and we need to support that search and rescue effort. We're also redeploying Foreign and Commonwealth Office staff from the wider region into Kathmandu, so that there is a 24/7 consular support for British nationals in the country, but of course their families back here at home who are obviously going through some really difficult moments right now. So a comprehensive package of support has been put forward, but we'll continue to work closely with our colleagues in the Nepalese government over the coming hours and days, and obviously we all hope and pray for everybody affected by these devastating events.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.